Welcome back to the Ultimate Guide to Beach, Part 4, Water. Now this is the one I'm anticipating that people are going to be the most excited for because lots of beach players do not know how to pendulum swim or do any other swim. So in this video, I'm going to teach you every swim I know and to water run and dive turn, everything. So just stay tuned. Now if you click on this video to learn one specific thing about water, there's in-video timestamps here that you can look at to find your one thing that you want to learn. Now the first step to dive turning is diving. So first I'm going to do is jump in the water with my hands up. You see, I don't go down all the way to the bottom. I don't fall very fast either. But if I come back up here and I fall into the water with my hands face down like a pencil dive, I go a lot faster and sink all the way to the bottom. That's because in water, your movements are somewhat directed by the direction of your hands, and this is more powerful with your left hands. That's why you have so much control with motorboating. So if I start swimming here, and I'm put my hand in front and I go up, I'll start to go up. And notice the movement of my hand is not changing. I'm going straight here, the same movement. I go down, and I go up. You know, so tilt your hand to go to the side and to the other side. And now, this is more powerful with your left hand, so if I do it with my right hand, it doesn't really work at all. In fact, I think my left hand is sort of directing it instead. See, so you dive turn with your left hand and with your right hand, and that's why you have to motorboat with like this and not like this. The next thing I'm going to teach you is something I think is very overpowered, which is whirlpooling. Whirlpooling looks like this, so you just spin and you go up, or you spin and you go down. And it's really, really easy to do. Now all you have to do is put your arms out straight like this and tilt them a little bit. I spin this way, so my hands are going to tilt like this way, so my palm is facing the way I'm spinning. So I'm slightly tilted this way, and I spin in real life, not on smooth turn. And it's the same for going down. Put your hands upside down with your palms facing the way you're going to spin, and you spin down. Next thing I'm going to teach you is water running, because it's not as good as it used to be, but they have brought it back. Because in the old update, when they removed water running, this slap to the water, it was not as strong. So that's also what people do when they like pendulum out of the water. They will slap on top of the water because it gives you a lot more speed. But in that update, they pretty much removed the slap on water. As you can see, they brought it back. So now, I'm not sure, I might have to relearn how to water run, but essentially, just start by getting a run up. And I think at the moment, only really works with the run up. But here's like the formation, I guess you could say, in real life, the water run. So how, at least I used to water run, is first up, I would lean forward. You gotta lean forward a little bit. And then you would stick your arms out, but bend your elbows a little bit. And then you just do this. So the goal of this is the reason why you lean forward and put your arms down is because if your body touches the water, so you mix a splash, then it has the force of drag, which slows you down. So that's why you want to do big, consistent hits on the water. That's a very important thing in water running, is consistency. Yeah, it's still not as good as it used to be. You do need to run up in order to water run now, I think. Well, I'm not as good because I haven't done it in a few months since it was removed. And also, you can pair water running with dive turning. As you can see, you can water run and then just dive down. That gets people a lot. Well, how to actually water run is, first of all, you want consistency. You want like a rhythm and a pattern, just like 1 2 1 2 1 2 pattern. And also, you don't want to have like different forces. You don't want your right hand to be hitting really hard and your left hand to be really soft. That will throw off your balance. You need consistent balance and speed with the run up, because the slap in the water has still been nerfed since a few months ago. If you feel that water running is too complex for you, that's okay, because there's also skipping on water, which is pretty similar. It hasn't been nerfed. Now I'm gonna teach you how to do it, and it's really easy. Essentially, what you do is just stick your arms out, and if you want, you can combine this with a little dive turning of going a little bit up and down. So you can see I go off the zip line and get some speed. I just put my arms straight out, and I'm bouncing on top of the water pretty much. And what's interesting about this is my hands don't even touch the water, it's my body. But I think what's happening here is I'm guessing what's happening here is even when your little bit of body is in the water, your hands are still dive turning you and going straight. So that's why you balance on top of the water instead of sinking. Here are some tips for beginner swimmers. Either you want to learn pendulum or cross, or you're not going to learn any of those, and you're just going to swim like this. So the thing I always tell noobs in lobbies is if they're just like doing a normal swim, you know, like the noob swim, I always tell them to do big arm circles. And now for water, you want to do very smooth movements, not really janky movements. So big arm circles is what I always say. It's basically the same as this thing. That's basically the same, but big arm circles is what I do. Tip number 2 is don't give up and keep practicing. Eventually, if you have trouble penduluming or motorboating or cross-swimming or any of the other ones, just keep practicing. I was really slow at pendulum at first, but eventually your body will get the muscle movements down and you will naturally get faster. The first swim on our list is the one we all know, the one you click on this video to learn, the pendulum swim. Pendulum swimming isn't that. Basically, the arm motion is this. That's all you do for the arm motion. And now, like people like Puddles, they'll say to do your hand placement at like a 45-degree angle. You can do that. You can try that. He's the one who invented the swim, so I would listen to him. But that didn't really work for me. And so what I did is I learned from someone else to do it just like whirlpooling at a very flat angle. My hands aren't really tilted at all. It's like the whirlpool. They're not really angled at all. I don't know if that's my problem, but... And also, for pendulum swimming, is you will tend to go where your head is looking. So, I'm like this and I'm looking up. I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking up, and now I'm just gravitating a little bit up. So if you find that you're just gravitating up a little bit while you're pendulum swimming, try looking down a little bit. Cross swimming, you've probably seen it in public lobbies. The arm motion is just an X like this. So some people might also, I used to call it the X swim. Some people might also call it the X swim. But yeah, it works like this. It's very similar to pendulum swimming. Your hands are going to go almost completely flat, and you just turn them at the wrists, and it's very similar to the pendulum swimming. I heard it's easier to learn, but also one thing that you should note is that I've heard from the pros that pendulum swimmers do go a little bit faster than cross swimmers, but cross swimming I heard is also a little bit easier to learn. Next up is the one that you guys have also all been waiting for, the motorboat swim. So on my motorboat swimming YouTube short, I did get a comment saying, please do a part 2. There's also comments saying, oh, how to go up and down and stuff. So this is that part 2. I'll be going more in depth on how to motorboat swim, because I've done it for a few more months now, and I'm just better at it now. So the motion is the same. I learned it from BTCB, your boy on YouTube. He's who I learned it from. You should go look at his video. So essentially, the same thing is this arm is your dive turning as you've learned. You place that somewhere like upper chest, maybe enough to fit like a controller in between you, so you don't like out here, you're not like in here. Don't put it too far up or too far down, because if you put it too far up, too far down, you will start gravitating up and down while you're swimming. Now the way I have done it, or learned it, is put your arm down at your side and bring it up to your ear. Now notice that my wrist does not really move at all throughout this. Only right here kind of like touch my ear almost. That's the way I learned it. But as I've gotten better, I've done less and less curve, and now I practically just do straight up and down, or just right in the middle of my face or something like that. So this swim is good because it has lots of control. And if you just have trouble doing like this or this, try just putting it in different positions. Along straight up and down works, this works, that works. It's just somewhere you just want to keep swinging down. You know, we'll also note that it's kind of similar to pendulum swimming and cross swimming because you have the swinging motion of your arm. There also is another version of this that you see people do, which is like this, more like a pendulum swim. I call this the one-arm pendulum, but it's another form of motorboating. I can't do that one, I can do this one, so I'll teach you. Basically, the dive training hand, you know, I go this way now. This is what it looks like. You put your arm down, you do this, and you mainly get a boost, like moving a little bit faster. And now on this, you gotta turn in real life. This is one thing you might not get. You need to turn in real life. Also, how to go up and down in crossing this one, I've seen a lot. So also, real quick, I'm gonna go over that thing I said not to do. I put it up to my face. Now look, I'm going up. I'm putting it down here. I am going down. That's one way to go up and down, but also you can tilt your hands like this to go down, I think, and tilt your hand this way to go up. But also, if you tilt your hand up like this, I think the best way to do it is tilt your hands like this and like this. So boop and boop. So like a combination of that. And same for down, like that. So I go up and cross, and I go up, and now I'm going down. I hope that helped clear up some of the questions from my other video. The next swim is the rusty swim. Disclaimer, I don't rusty swim, so I'm not very good at it, but it's pretty fast too. So the hand motion for the rusty swim is either you start by going, you like push up or push out. So the hand motion is just up, down, that's the hand motion. And you're probably wondering, well, I'm not going anywhere. So that's what most rusty swimming is like about. You have to use your smooth turn. This is like the only swim you use your smooth turn. So what this is, I'm gonna start by just pushing down. I smooth turn a 180. And I go, back, down. Now you see, I am going somewhere. Just let me get a little bit of speed. I'm not very good at it. I haven't done it in a while, but I hope you get the gist of it. You go up and you go down. This is wholly reliant on your smooth turning skills. The hand motions are pretty easy. You just like that. The last swim is my own swim, the one that I made up. That's kind of trash, but I mean, I'm gonna teach you how to do it anyway, because I mean, I think I'm a believer in it because I made it. So I think that if you get really good at this, you can go really fast. So the way it works is similar to the rusty swim, where you use your smooth turn to always have motion going in one direction. That's a common theme throughout all the swims here. And that's why it's different from this one, because this one you have a pullback period. But in Rusty, you don't. All you have is like that little tenth of a second that you're in your smooth turn. Pendulum, you're all constantly going forward. Motorboat, you're constantly going sideways. And constantly going forward. I do admit, cycle swim's a little bit different than this. It's very uncontrollable. Because how it works is you put your hands out like this, and you just spin in real life. And then you use your smooth turn to go backwards. And so you have constant motion in one direction, but it's super uncontrollable and it's not very easy. Just get like the right pattern of smooth turning, and so it's not very good. But I'm a believer that if someone could get really good in it, they might be able to go fast. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Feel free to comment down any questions you have. I will do my best to answer them.